Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome to the program. Today, we're talking about how to be... Alright, well, imagine the rest of that says relevant. That's how you spell it, right? Relevant, you gotta talk about what's important and talk about it quick before everybody else talks about it, right? Well, that's what PETA's doing. That's what I'm doing. I'm just clickbaiting. This is what PETA's doing, though. I'm just copying. No one else is doing this. This is a hot tip. You talk about what's popular and what's current, and it gets you somewhere. Now, what we're going to talk about is how important it is for you to not be a male. Traditional masculinity is dead! Look, I'm sorry I yelled, but that's how they typed it. I even had to turn away because my poor microphone is very sensitive, like a member of PETA. The secret to male sexual stamina is veggies. Winky emoji. All right, so a quick little Google search here. Let's see. 7 foods to help boost your sex life. Number 1, meat. I don't know what Healthline is, but it's one of the top results. Nutritious life. 7 libido-boosting foods for better sex. Watermelon, pine nuts, grass-fed steak. Grass-fed steak. Number 3 on Nutritious Life's list is steak before any vegetables. By the way, I haven't looked at any of these before I'm mentioning them in the video. This video is not scripted. I'm just rambling. Dr. NDTV. 8 foods that will boost your sexual stamina. 1, watermelon. 2, bananas. 3, nuts. 4, fish. That's a meat. So number 4 on the list, meat. Sheknows.com. Number 2 on the list, raw oysters, which are a living thing, which makes it meat. 4hims.com. Number 4 on 4hims recommendation list for improving sexual stamina is fill up on healthy fats, including fatty fish like salmon, halibut, sardines, and herring. The crazy part of all this isn't even just what they're saying. It's the actual video that they made. First of all, there's just something off about this guy's face. I can't put my finger on it, but it concerns me. Now, nothing against this guy, but his head is very triangle-shaped. It reminds me of a Dorito chip. Put his face there. You see the similarity? Remember the whole thing KSI used to do, the R-word face? That one, that face? Gotta get rid of it before the algorithm picks it up. What did I just call it? The algorithm? Algorithm. English, motherfucker, do you speak it? I get the feeling that's the look they're going for with all these guys. They want them to all look that ist-y. How dare you sexualize fruit and vegetables? I want to see where their consent forms were. I legitimately have to wonder, though, if this guy got laid because of this commercial. I mean, he at least looks like he knows how to be packing. I don't know what I think. Thumbnail? If you really think about it, it almost looks like a melon giving him, Excuse me, those are not veggies. That is a banana and what appear to be limes. Yep, I can confirm those are limes. PETA, please learn the difference between fruit and vegetables. That is an orange. That is also an orange, and that's a banana. You got the greens right, though. It's kind of weird, though, because it's kind of playing off the whole feminism, masculinity is horrible, sexualizing things is horrible. But what's with the smiling lady who's looking at it laughing like, it looks like a that's funny if they put that on him. What else is that look? She's comparing, she's like, it almost looks like this is out. I just realized I'm probably going to have to censor the word every single time I've said it thus far. Guacamole, that sucks. This guy looks like he's having a time of his life. I've never danced with one woman in my life, let alone 3. And ironically, it's the one that was paying the least attention to what was going on the entire time. She wasn't looking at him in the other clip at all. The other 2 were. But this is the one that they decided, hey, let's put her dancing against him, like up against the thing. Almost like they were trying to get her to look at it. Have her dance against it. So I guess what we're supposed to take away from this is this guy standing in the middle of the heart with the girl standing next to him, who has their attention and they're all looking at him. She looks like she's actually like biting her lip a little bit. Those kernels would feel good. It's corn. Did you not notice it's corn? Yeah. And the other girl here, is she just wearing an apron? She just looks like she's wearing an apron. Did she come out of like pottery class? I noticed there's a bunch of trophies back here like they're in high school. Anyway, nothing I've said in this video matters so far. But it looks like they're basically trying to say women are more into vegetarians. Is this attractive to you? According to PETA, this is what's attractive to women. Apparently, according to PETA, this is what women want. Is that not attractive?
I'm not gonna lie, I thought that was your actual purpose when you were walking.
A vegetarian guy will be better because veggies. Although there's certain healthy fats and stuff that you can't get from vegetables. So without them, you're not really getting a full, well-balanced diet, are you? So you kind of need to take supplements or eat meat or something to get those into your system. And some of those seem to be good for your sex life. So, I don't know that this holds up. Go vegan. Not even vegetarian. Go vegan. Because vegans are better than you. Why is it always about, I'm vegan, isn't that great? Worship me. By the way, why is it that you never really just bump into somebody who happens to be vegan and it comes up naturally in conversation? Why is it that normally it feels like a vegan person forces it into the conversation? So I went and saw a movie the other day. You did? Me too. I went and had dinner first. A really nice vegan dish. I'm vegan, by the way. How do you get from point A to point B so easily, and not once between there realize that no one cares? Does anyone's mind really get changed because you threw paint on somebody? Or do you just look like an aggressive douchebag? So they reply to themselves with a tweet that links back to an article on the PETA website. APA's toxic traditional masculinity should include hunting, eating animals. First of all, learn how to write, because the comma doesn't work. You need an and there, or a slash. That doesn't make sense. You didn't even end with a period if you're going to use a comma. And these are apostrophes, not quotation marks. So in this article, they try and equate bullying to hunting. Imagine having such a fragile sense of self that you'd torment, kill, and eat defenseless individuals just to look manly. I've never heard of a hunter going hunting to look like a man. Now, there are likely some hunters out there who have pressured their kids into hunting because that's what the men in their family do, is hunt. Doesn't necessarily count because they're being bullied by their dad into hunting. But their dad likely enjoys hunting and doesn't just do it because he needs to look like a man. Here is the dumbest thing I've read in weeks, probably. Cure toxic masculinity by going vegan. If you eat more vegetables, you will stop being a man and be a normal person. The funny thing is that veganism is almost like a religion at this point, in the sense that it's a gigantic organization that a lot of people believe in something, not a being, but a common idea, and it has some cult-like aspects to it, which is funny because of the last video I did on this channel. Now, the reason I say cult-like aspects is because there are those vegans within the actual, like the whole of veganism, that are very anti anything else. You're a horrible person if you eat meat because meat is murder. Anyone that eats meat is a horrible person by default. That's not every vegan, but there's a lot of them. Part of me really wonders if everyone that works for PETA is actually a vegan, because if you're only vegetarian, there's a possibility that you eat fish, drink milk, eat eggs. There's a lot of different things that you could be eating. That makes you not a vegan because it's technically an animal product. The irony here is that they're talking about how toxic masculinity is affected by meat, right? Well, then how do you explain all the really aggressive and sometimes violent PETA protesters that are out on the streets that aren't eating meat? How do you explain them? It's just a fluke? Oh, they're just passionate. I wouldn't say that's a good defense. That's a cucumber and 2 grapes. I swear having this wall behind me is going to make me a great artist. PETA's Twitter is gold, but at the same time, it's going to piss you off every once in a while. If you wouldn't eat piglet, don't eat bacon. Think about it. If she's not your mom, it's not your milk. Unless you're a baby cow, you should stick to vegan milk and cheese. Think about it. If she's not your mom, it's not your milk. How dare you drink that milk? I mean, there's wet nurses who breastfeed other people's babies because they can't breastfeed. But aside from that, unless it's your mom or your wet nurse, don't drink the, PETA asks people to stop using anti-animal language. Anti-animal language. That's where we're at, Neil. Kill 2 birds with 1 stone and feed 2 birds with 1 scone instead. I get the feeling that scones are probably not good for birds. It could probably make them sick and kill them. Go ahead and look at PETA's accounts. They're gold if you're a rational person. Some of what they say is valuable, and you should understand that not everything they say is terrible, but they are such an aggressive and bizarre company. So I went to Glassdoor.com to look for the salaries of people that work at PETA, and unfortunately, all I really found is 3, because the rest of them are locked out because I don't have an account. Research associates make $32,000 a year. Marketing coordinators make $38,000 a year. Media coordinators make $38,000 a year. And then you have all these other positions that also make, from what I saw earlier, somewhere in the $30,000 to $40,000 range. Anyway, the bottom line is PETA tweets some ridiculous stuff, and I might actually follow them for a laugh here and there. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this video. Go ahead and check out their stuff, and, you know, if you find something funny, send it to me so I can get a laugh too. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.